this is the angle we're working with. It will have to work. I'm pissing myself off. I've come to the realization that I have to sit down and have a very serious talk with myself. My routine doesn't exist, and it's getting to the point where it is a problem. I don't need to elaborate on why my routine is a problem. If you watch my latest video, which is me pulling an all-nighter in order to make it to my doctor's appointment, it's very crystal clear what exactly my problem is. And this problem has been a problem since like 5th grade. And I am pissed off. I'm ready to clean girl this shit. To be that girl. I'm currently being that girl on the floor. I ate my dinner on the floor. This is a yoga mat. I don't have a carpet. I don't even have a decorative carpet. So I have this yoga mat where I just sit and it's padded and it's good. Just a couple of days ago, I saw an interview where Tyler, the Creator, who is by far one of my greatest inspirations ever. I've been a fan of that man since I was 13. Early days of like Odd Future. Very early days. I'm now 27 and I'm still a fan. He is by far also one of the most creative and consistent artists I've ever been a fan of. So consistent within his creativity and within his art without fucking up his routine in a way where his creativity gets crushed or without getting lost in that creativity. And I recently saw an interview of his where he was talking about his routine. He gets up at like 5:30, 6 a.m., goes for a walk or a bike ride, takes a shower, and then finishes up at the studio by noon, and then just goes about the rest of his day because he says that the night is ugly. Why would he ever want to go to the studio at 8 p.m. I'm not a morning person at all, you know. I am that type of person that will work out at 2 a.m. in the morning and go to sleep when the birds are already chirping. It has been like that since 5th grade, but lately I can feel my body craving like a good 8 hours of sleep. Because I used to be able to go to bed late and still get up early and still go about my day, and I can't really do that anymore. I just continue sleeping until I have like a full 8 to 10 hours. So I kind of figured maybe I should listen to my body and actually try and get those 8 hours, you know? Then I listened to Tyler, the Creator, talk about his routine. I was like, you know, if like the number one person whose creativity I view as so inspiring works with this routine, and with this routine has been so consistent in his creativity, and I can feel my creativity not flourish anymore at night as much as it used to. Maybe it's not so much that my routine pisses me off because I can't go about my day anymore, but my routine pisses me off because I don't have that much time for creativity anymore. Fuck a 9 to 5. I want to finish my projects. That's my main concern. What time is it? It's 11:30, 11:24 at night, and I'm gonna map out like a routine that I want to go by and some rules that I want to follow within this video. I'm gonna try to follow that for like a week maybe and see how it feels. I recently got on antidepressants, and it really is true that depression hates a moving target, but I am lazy. And I need to change that if I want depression to miss me. So I've seen this thing. Okay, and I cannot believe that this really got me. It was an Instagram ad. And I looked at this and I was like, oh no, this actually makes sense to me. I took a screenshot of it. The Fab Story. I don't condone this. This is not an ad. Just saw this. Building a successful morning routine. I'm not about to download the app. No, fuck no. I'm just gonna write it down on paper. Actually, first let me put on my reading glasses. I don't need them to read, but it might make me look a bit more focused. Lock in. It's like, did you sleep well? Yes. No. If you answer yes, then you do a 20-minute workout. If you say no, then you do a 10-minute meditation. If you did the workout or the meditation, afterwards you go and eat breakfast. And then it's like, do you shower in the morning or in the evening, depending on what type of person you are. And then it's just like yes, no, and if you answer no, you get dressed. If you say yes, then you shower and then you get dressed. Then the next thing is like brush your teeth, obviously. After brush your teeth, it's like, is your space cluttered? Which is always cluttered. I have accepted that as somebody who is still struggling with calling myself an artist, but who is essentially an artist, who is creative. I will never have that like clean girl room. There will always be a project on my floor that's barely started or half finished, or there's something on my floor that needs to dry, the answer to the is your space cluttered will practically always be yes. It just depends on what about it bothers me. If you say yes, then like a 15-minute declutter, and if you say no, then like you make a to-do list, and then you can start your day strong. Like, fuck, this kind of makes sense. It's a fucking Instagram ad, and I'm actually sitting here thinking this makes sense. I thought like I'm gonna put this into writing. I'm gonna put this whole schedule into writing and maybe add some things that I feel like I need to add. And I quite like this little morning routine because it's not too demanding. It's not like get up early, go for a run, go do this, go do that. Because I don't leave my house. I'm not the type of person to go for a morning walk or a morning bike ride like Tyler the Creator, okay? I don't leave my house until at least noon. So, and then I'm gonna take you guys along for how this week is going. By the end of the week, if I'm successful and I actually stick to this routine for at least a week, I'm gonna get myself a little prize. I'm gonna allow myself a little bit of consumerist capitalism. I think if I do this for a week, I should give myself a little treat, considering I've never stuck to a routine since like 5th grade. Okay, I actually ended up writing it on this flimsy little piece of paper so that I can hang it up on my wall. So we have the little morning routine, and then I have these additional little rules. I only have 2. I thought I was gonna have a lot more, but who knows? Maybe as the week goes on, I'll add more to this. It really do be that fucking phone, okay? These rules literally only apply to my phone. It's just no social media before leaving the house / early in the morning, and no phone after 8 p.m. Apart from like important things, podcasts or audiobooks, I'm allowed to listen to those. And my sister FaceTimes me, I'm gonna pick it up, okay? I need to get rid of that damn phone, especially in like the important hours of the morning and the evening. I do feel like it is preventing me from sleeping, and it is stunning creativity. Actually, I don't give a shit about my routine and my sleep. I just give a shit about my creativity. That's the whole focal point of this. I gave like no phone after 8 p.m. because the goal is to go to bed by midnight. And then I have 4 hours to myself to just maybe listen to a podcast, audiobooks, sit down, do some of my projects, and still enjoy this feeling of being awake at night and being alone at night and being creative at night, which I love so much, but not to the point where I do it until 4 a.m. That is the plan. After I've done this, it is now 11:53, so it is 7 minutes to bedtime. I'm gonna go brush my teeth and I'm gonna sleep. Probably gonna have a lot of trouble sleeping because I slept very long today. I am gonna put a YouTube video on and try to fall asleep next to that. That was my bottle. That was my water bottle. Anyways. I already fucked it. Day 1. It didn't work too well. I was right in the assumption that I'm not gonna fall asleep quickly because I slept long the day before. I literally just woke up. I didn't touch my phone. I stuck to the rule that I went to bed, I put my alarms on, I set my phone aside, I didn't look at it again. However, I think the YouTube video that I put on to like have in the background to fall asleep to, I think I picked one that was too interesting. I was actively listening to it. I went to bed at midnight, I fell asleep at like 2 a.m. Which is not that bad, which should still be okay to like wake up at an adequate time. I could still wake up at 9 a.m. but I slept through all of my alarms. I woke up at 6 a.m. to pee. I went to pee, I fell asleep again. I woke up again at 9, which is the time that I wanted to wake up to because of my alarms. I remember like I woke up and I turned them off and then I fell asleep again. Now it's almost noon. It's almost 12. 3 hours past the time that I wanted to wake up. It's fine. This doesn't ruin my day. We're still gonna continue with the routine. I can't fix a sleep routine in one night. I mean, I need to train my brain to associate bed with sleep again. So let's see what our little morning routine says. And I didn't look at my phone this morning. No social media before leaving the house or early in the morning. I did not do that. I really wanted to do that when I woke up. Just, but I did it. Okay, first, did you sleep well? Fuck no. So we're doing a 10-minute meditation and then we'll get dressed. I think a 10-minute meditation maybe is a little much for someone who's only done that once in their life before. So I think I'm gonna do 5. Okay. Yeah, I can't really say that did anything for me because this is the first time I'm doing it. My little list. Get dressed. The fact that I woke up 3 hours late is kind of fucking up my routine that I had set out for the day. I wanted to go to work from 11 to 5, so for 6 hours. It doesn't work now. It's past 11. I'm gonna get ready. Whenever I'm ready, I'm gonna go to work and then do 6 hours. But that means that I'm gonna be home by at least... Why is there red paint on my wall? I'm gonna get home at like 7 or 8. Anyways, getting dressed. I got dressed, nothing special. I'm just sitting in an office for 6 hours. This is the breakfast. I have 2 kiwis, I have a passion fruit, a milkshake that I made with frozen bananas and the rest of the oat milk I had, so it's not that much. I'm gonna buy a snack when I'm going out for work. Okay, I did the get dressed, eat breakfast, brush teeth. I even flossed. Adds an extra layer if I'm a good little bitch. Next up, is your space cluttered? Always. It's a little cluttered. There's my dinner from last night, my breakfast from just now, clothes everywhere. Okay. Also, I've decided to add take medicine to the list because I feel like I need that written down, otherwise I'll forget it. This is what it looks like now. It doesn't look good. It's a trial week, okay? We're adding on to this. And by the way, I should take my medicine now before I forget it. It is not the best. That's my kind of like project area. That's where all of my unfinished projects that I'm gonna do after 8 p.m. are sitting. It's okay. Not the best, not the worst. It's as much as I'm willing to do. That was it actually with the morning routine. It is 12:30. I still haven't looked at my phone, so I'm gonna do that on the train now. Yes, I slept 3 hours longer than I was supposed to, but I also feel kind of good about myself that I pulled through this little morning routine. Hopefully tonight I'll have an easier time falling asleep, and hopefully tomorrow I'll have an easier time waking up. You can't fix something that you fucked up since 5th grade in a day. I'm aware of that, but also it pissed me off that it's just not possible. Yep, I'm gonna go work. A single mom who works 2 jobs, who just loves consumerism, and that's why she's working. Morning 2 has been a lot better. This is my breakfast. Another banana milkshake and some cookies. I am very bad at breakfast foods. I think I need to maybe prepare some breakfast ahead of time and also figure out what to eat for breakfast, because usually I wake up so late that I brush my teeth, I brush my hair, and then I leave the house. And then I buy something along the way. I never sat down and had breakfast, really. I need to figure out some breakfast foods that I can eat. Today I actually woke up. It's 9:50. My first alarm at 8:45, I heard it. But then I lied in bed and kind of dozed off and came back to life until about 9:20, which is fine because the goal was to get out of bed by 9:30, and I did get out of bed by 9:30. I feel better than yesterday. I feel rested. I fell asleep quicker than yesterday. Maybe I'm figuring out I'm not a morning workout person because it says on my little list, if I slept well, I should do a workout. If I didn't sleep well, I do the meditation. I did the meditation today again, even though I felt like I slept pretty well, but at the same time, I didn't sleep very well. Also, little update to the routine. I figured out that when I wake up and I do the meditation, when I say, did you sleep well? And I say yes. Oh. When I sleep well, and I say, yeah, I slept well, then I do the workout, then I shower, and then I get dressed. Makes sense. You shower, and then you get dressed in the clothes that you're gonna leave the house with. But when I say, did you sleep well? And I said no, then I do the 10-minute meditation, and then it says get dressed. I hate that, because if I have a slow morning, like today, then I wanna get dressed after I do my breakfast and brush teeth and shit. So this will go here. See? Get dressed. We'll go below brush teeth. Also, I thought of no other rules. The rules are still the same. It did work out yesterday, doing the meditation in the morning and then leaving the workout for the evening. I did the workout in the evening, so I feel great about that. I cannot drink a banana milkshake every day. I was Googling breakfast foods, and all of these recipes is like quick breakfasts. And I'm like, this is not quick. Making a breakfast muffin is not quick. I'll have to prepare that. And then everything is oats and yogurt. Everything's oats. Or oats mixed with Greek yogurt. I'm gonna finish my breakfast. I'm gonna declutter my space a bit. Then I'm gonna go to work. After work, I'm hanging out with a friend. And then actually my weekend is kind of busy too. I'm excited to see how I deal with going to bed at midnight when it's the weekend. Because the weekend, for me usually, is always like, ooh, I can stay awake as long as I want to. And then I sleep the whole day. I've started reading. I say that as if I've been reading for a fucking week. I read yesterday, okay? Anyways. But I do feel good today. Better than yesterday. Kind of sucks when like all these solutions for the betterment of your mental health do kind of better your mental health, and you're like, damn. Maybe it's just that phone and I need to touch some grass. Haven't touched grass yet, but I will be on Saturday. Today is Friday. Well, yesterday was Friday, today is Saturday. So I allowed myself to be up a little later. I'm currently rereading School Duggery Pleasant. I used to read those books when I was a teen. And good thing is I forgot the majority of it, so I could read them again. As if I've never read them before. I spent my nights reading those books. And that's what I'm doing it again. I only read until like midnight. Did wake up at 8:45, but then I let myself kind of doze off until 10 because it's the weekend and I did read a little longer than I should have yesterday. I feel great. I did my little meditation today. I think I'm figuring out I'm not a morning workout person, even if I have slept very well. Although I would have worked out today if I didn't have to leave the house in like an hour. I am meeting up with friends to celebrate her birthday in a park. That's where I'm going. So I have to eat my breakfast, get ready, and then I have to make this little salad because everybody's bringing some shit and I don't want to be the person that brings nothing. I'm gonna show you guys later. This is the setup for breakfast. It's very random. Chocolate, sparkling water, passion fruit. I won't bother to explain what this is. It's a German breakfast spread. I ran into a little bit of a time crunch because of course I did, I always do. Time to leave. I'm packing my favorite drink. I don't care to explain what this is. It's a German thing, it's good. This is the salad that I made. This is what it looks like. And then I bought these tortillas to eat with. I have my sunglasses. I bought these for nothing, considering we barely had a summer. That's the outfit. And that's the outfit check, because I can't do any better and I have to leave.
So, und das letzte Seminar war beschissen. Ich habe das ja nur in der Gruppe mal mitgelesen, musste ein bisschen...
I was thinking about how beanbag chairs are so pretentious. It always reminds me of like Silicon Valley tech bros in a startup company and are having like a fucking meeting. Take your iPad, grab beanbag chairs, sit down. Just real chill, you know. That's what it reminds me of. Right now, however, I feel like I'm at the therapist and my therapist somehow has a beanbag chair, which I wouldn't be mad at. Anyways, the only reason I'm lying here like this is because I ate myself into a food coma. Deep food coma. Anyways, I didn't record anything yesterday. Yesterday was Sunday. I'm gonna do a weekend recap right now. Weekend was good. Went to bed on time. Got up on time. I didn't film too much because honestly, it's fucking boring. This is a routine video. I'm doing the same thing every day. What is there to film? You know, either I do the routine and I'm successful in doing the routine, or I mess it up and I'm not successful in getting up early. Weekend was good. I was afraid that I wasn't gonna stick to the routine because it's the weekend, and generally when it's the weekend I'm like, wow, I can stay awake as long as I want to because I can sleep as long as I want to. I didn't do that, and I actually got a couple of messages from my friends. That's how you know that my routine has been fucked, because I got multiple messages from multiple friends that they're really surprised that I'm answering their texts at this time of day, because usually I'm not awake this early. Someone texted me this at like 1 p.m. My friends are not really used to me actually working on it. However, today is Monday and today I fucked up a bit. I went to bed at midnight, okay? And I fell asleep. I do need like 30 minutes to an hour to fall asleep. But I did fall asleep before 1 a.m. How did I still sleep until 12? And I think I need to literally get up as soon as I hear the first alarm, because what I've been doing is telling myself that I'm gonna lie in bed for 15 more minutes and then I'm gonna get up. Hasn't been working out. I slept until 12, until noon. Granted, I had the most fucked up, but also at the same time most amazing fucking dream. I still know everything, but I couldn't piece it together in a way where it would make sense when I say it out loud. However, it was amazing. I didn't mind sleeping longer. My dream was a fucking movie. Besides the point, yeah, I slept too long. I have been... Ew. I found myself to actually be reading, and I actually found myself using this seating area that I have here. I've got the beanbag chair here. I've got my little seating area with my little, oh, that's my social media light. Professional. That's my check-in now. I haven't added any rules. Actually, I have to talk about how I'm feeling. How am I feeling? Good. Is it working? Yes. Are the things that people say help your mental health and your sleep routine actually helping? Yes, they are. Yes. It's working. I feel great. More productive. Healthier. I feel better about myself. Meditation is great. I feel like it's a good start to my day. Everything is working the way it's supposed to. What a surprise. But what I am noticing is that, which I know this. It just reiterates that I know this. You really don't miss out on anything if you don't doom scroll. I really don't miss it. You wake up in the morning, and when I did all of my routine stuff and I'm on the train, I look at my phone, I scroll, and I'm like, yeah, this is boring. Nothing happened. I still look at it a lot during the day, don't get me wrong. I just really stick to this, like, when I wake up and when I go to bed. There's so many people who are like, who go so radical and are like, you have to get rid of your phone. You have to get a flip phone and you have to delete every app. You don't. These apps are a part of our society and they always will be. And if one app dies, there will be a new one. It's so cemented at this point in how our society works and how it communicates that you just need it. And I think these people that make like videos on YouTube about like, I'm getting rid of my phone, paper to write on these old like dial-up phones, and it's like, you don't need to be doing all that. I think just scroll your phone and sit in front of that screen at better hours. Use that phone as really like as entertainment on the train when you're waiting. I think these like very crucial hours in the morning and in the evening, that's what really gets you. Essentially, it's like with like sweets and chocolate. If you forbid yourself so much, you crave it a lot more than if you just let yourself have it, but just like not too much and not in like maybe the most crucial hours of the day. And I think you'll be good. It feels good, and I'm still not disconnected from these social media apps. Yeah, that's how I feel. No idea when I'm gonna check in with you next time, because I literally don't do anything. Don't do shit. I do the same thing every day, and in between I go to work and I go to uni. Right now I'm sitting on my beanbag chair and I'm gonna edit this video you're watching right now. That's it.